Let's jump right, though, into the quarterbacks for waiver wired, and we start with C.J. Stroud, who is 52% available, coming off a strong week where he threw for 3 touchdowns. Actually ran a little bit, too. The yards wasn't there, but the attempts were. And why you might be considering streaming C.J. Stroud, Matthew, is because he plays what is arguably the worst team in football, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, since week 11, they've allowed the highest passer rating to opposing quarterbacks. A week after Jalen Hurts completely embarrassed himself in Monday Night Football, he looked like Jalen Hurts again, thanks to the Raiders coming to town. Since week 11, they also give up touchdown passes at the second highest rate in the league. C.J. Stroud, I think, has looked good. He was somebody that we mentioned last week on this show as a streamer. He produced last week. And now we are saying, once again, since you did not listen to us, he's still available in over 50% of leagues. We like C.J. Stroud against the Raiders.
Yeah, so we talk about C.J. Stroud every week. Make up your mind, America, whether you want him to reach the threshold of 50% rostered or so. But do you think he can ever start running more and using his legs? I always have it in my mind with Stroud, how he used his legs in that game against Georgia, but we just don't see it.
He can. Like in the perfect world, you'd think younger Dak the way you'd hope he can run, but he just isn't really.
He's not that fast.
He's not slow, though. That's what people make mistakes with C.J. Stroud. He's just not overly decisive as a runner. He'd rather keep his eyes downfield.
He's not any slower than Jordan Love.
No,
you know
right. That's a similar.
That's a good. Like I feel like
that's the kind of athlete. Like you're looking at that kind of athlete, but he just prefers to be a pocket passer. He's a really good pocket passer. So, no, I think if you're looking at forever more than 20 yards per weekend, it's not going to happen.
The only concern in C.J. Stroud, and like this is hilarious. Like I'm just
too
looking
big a
at
lead.
This. No, just 100%. Like so, the line is 37.5 in this one, but the Texans are 14.5-point favorites.
Right.
I mean, which is just the Raiders' offense is so broken, and the Texans' defense is so good.
Yeah. So market's saying like 26-11.
That's right.
That's the median outcome for this one. It's not great.
No, exactly. So just that's the only question: is there a defensive touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and then C.J. Stroud is a very efficient 14 of 17 for 185 yards because he just doesn't need to do anything.
This one from Hey You in the chat. Stroud or Dart this week lost Mahomes. Oh, tough.
That is a tough one. I'm going to go with Dart this week again. Just sort of Dart is at home against the Vikings, right? And just I think Dart, because of the rushing upside that you get, I just feel like there's just a floor with Dart. Whereas with Stroud, we like him as a streamer because we like Stroud as a streamer because obviously Dart is rostered in well more than 50% of leagues. But I just sort of feel like, I don't know, Dart's been a top 5 fantasy quarterback, on a points per game basis.
I would go Dart as well because of the rushing, but I did think it was a pretty bad loss for the Giants against the Commanders. That looked like a team that has kind of packed it in for the season, and so they can pack it in, and Dart can still put up fantasy points. But it's a little bit of a concern. I thought they would look better in that game. I thought Dart would look better.
And you had him pulled by the spotter on a play that now it feels like they're really being cautious with him. So
all fair. I actually thought since Dan Quinn has taken over the defense, they've actually played better. They played a lot better. They're still not good, but they gave Denver a run for their money. That was a game they easily could have won. So anyway.
J.J. McCarthy game against the Commanders doesn't look as bad after he torched the Cowboys as well.
Right.
So that looked like, the Commanders are back to being atrocious. But, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah,
speaking of
65% available and the next quarterback on our waiver wired list. He's got those New York Giants, who things haven't looked good on the defensive side of the ball, especially for them. He's coming off a 3-touchdown week if you count the rushing, which we do. And we got to hear from J.J. McCarthy this week on his gritty after scoring a touchdown.
I did it in practice, and I was told not to do it. So it's just me, being who I am, it's like, oh, now I'm more enticed to do it. But if it's that open, obviously just get in the end zone no matter what and be coachable and do what my coach says. So, yeah, I'll definitely get a minus for that one.
You're okay with that?
Yes and no. Yes and no, yeah.
JJ, what do you think has allowed you to push through all the adversity you've faced this year and not let it break you?
I love what I do. I love playing ball. I realize how blessed I am to be in this position. And most importantly, I love the people I do it with.
Jay, obviously, you have to be in a little bit of desperation mode this deep into the fantasy season and playoffs to start 9. But
can't call him that.
Last 2 weeks, he's been 9. He hasn't been J.J. McCarthy.
That's right.
Right. It's better than being 9-5.
Yeah, I guess so. The good thing, I think, with JJ is outlook. It's not just he's played the past 2 weeks. It's that I think that they are going to let him fling it a little bit these last few weeks, because what else are you going to do if you're Minnesota? All that matters these final 3 weeks is evaluating J.J. McCarthy, getting him more on the same page with Justin Jefferson. And the thing is that the Justin Jefferson game just has to be coming. He can't keep on going these 2 for 24 type games. JJ's going to connect with him eventually. It's a super favorable matchup against the Giants. The market has upgraded its opinion of JJ. This game looked like it was going to be around pick or so. Now the Vikings are 3-point favorites. There was a lot of steam in the market towards the Vikings against the Cowboys. So the betting world certainly thinks that JJ has made strides. And to me, Connor, we spoke about this yesterday, but he just looked so much more in control. Right. He wasn't frazzled. He wasn't rattled. He wasn't doing the crazy JJ McCarthy throws nearly as much. There was still some misses, but he just looked so much more in command.
Saw some more touch throws. We know the kind of athlete he is. I do like that even with his confidence broken, he's not afraid to push the ball down the field because at least he'll keep the defense honest. And the Giants defense, I thought Abdul Carter played really well last week, but outside of that, this is a broken franchise right now.
So I've bet against Abdul Carter all year for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He only has like 2 sacks on the season. I watch that guy every play. Like, he is an absolute monster.
He's a menace.
It is insane that he only has 2 sacks on the season. It feels like he's going to get a sack every single play.
Right, but think of also they're not always in scripts that benefit him, and that's kind of hurt the
He's
sack.
also had like 4 called back by penalties.
Right, it's been a bad luck season, and some of his own doing with all the off-the-field issues as well.
Giants have allowed multiple touchdown passes in 6 of the past 8 as well. So it's a nice matchup for JJ for all these things as well. And it does, to your point, feel like the Giants have sort of given up a little bit defensively.
Some desperation options. Tyler Shuck against the Jets. Trevor Lawrence could have probably had 12 touchdowns against the Jets if they kept trying to score. So Tyler Shuck's playing really well right now. It's a great spot for him. Marcus Mariota, it is against the Eagles. But once again, they're called desperation options for a reason. Bryce Young and the Bucs basically playing for their division. And then Kirk Cousins against Arizona. I mean,
Kirk v. Jacoby.
Right. That oddly could be a shootout game. Is that not hilarious?
Yeah.
Yeah, the total for that one is it's 47.5.
Right, there you go.
It's kind of wild, but these 2 teams both have suspect defenses. Falcons defense is fine, but not afraid of giving up some big numbers. And then the Cardinals defense is just completely banked up. And the thing with the Falcons is that, like, this offense can still move it. Like, it's still Bijan Robinson who leads the entire league in scrimmage yards. Drake London expected back, which makes Kirk Cousins much more appealing. Also, you have Antonio Gates in 2005 at tight end. Like, there's a lot going on for the Falcons now. Good offensive line. But to me, kind of the most compelling one of this group is Tyler Shuck.
For me as well.
He is... we spoke about it a little bit. I don't think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because it's a bit too late, but he's playing as well as any rookie quarterback right now.
He really, I think there's a world where the Saints win out their last 3 games here with the Jets, Titans, and Falcons, and it's really because of how well Shuck is playing. He's given a vertical element to their offense. I like his athleticism. He played college football for 7 years because of all the injuries he's had. It just feels like he's healthy and more spry right now.
Love his acting ability as well. I don't think Keanu Reeves could have pulled that off on the slide at the end. It was very well done. And he can move it with his legs.
17 fantasy points in 4 of his past 5 games. Has he exceeded expectations based on what you thought coming into the league?
I think he's been better than I expected. I'm really impressed with Tyler Shuck. I've been more impressed with the Saints, and it's not the wins and losses, but their defense is well coached by Brandon Staley. I think Kellen Moore's done a good job with the ingredients he has. This one from GZR. Do we start JJ or Shuck? 14-team league, been getting away with Mariota, but I don't like his matchup. I would start Tyler Shuck. That's just me. I have more confidence in the floor of Tyler Shuck.
The rushing upside, I think he's more likely to run in a touchdown. Also, the matchup, I know the Giants are a pretty favorable matchup. I'm not sure there's any favorable more matchup than the Jets, though, at this point.
Right, just fired their defensive coordinator this week.
Trevor Lawrence just lit him up for 6.
Right.
By the way, the Saints are going to win out. They'll be 7-10. They blew these ridiculous games early in the season. I was right all along. This was a playoff team.
Wow,
this team should have won the division.
Should have won the NFC South.
They'd be right in it with the Panthers and Bucs.
Yeah, they should have beaten Arizona. They should have beaten the Niners.
Are they still mathematically alive? Is there still a scenario where they officially out?
They're top out.
Sadly.
South?
But there is a world where they finish with one less win than whoever wins the division. Like we could have an 8-9 division winner with a 7-win Saints.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They could have beaten the Bills in Buffalo. That was close at the end.
Right.
What could have been? You should have just started Tyler Shuck from the beginning, Kellen Moore.
Right. Well,
we could have done great things.
The funniest thing is that like it feels like once every 5 years, there's like an 8-9 team or a 7-8 team that makes the.
It's usually from the NFC. It's usually from the South.
The Bucs did it 2 or 3 years ago.
And
with Brady.
Right,
they were 8-9.
Right, yes, and the Carolina Panthers did it
with Cam Newton.
with Ron Rivera.
Sam Bradford did it with like St. Louis or something.
Yeah,
with his rookie
and
years.
the Commanders under Ron Rivera also did it once, but that was the Taylor Heineke year, I think. But it feels like that team is always from.
Yeah,
Any year
Alex
that there's
Smith.
a team with a losing record in the playoffs, it's always from the NFC South.
Forgot about the Commanders in the COVID year.
Yeah.
The 2020. I did forget about that one. The 2010 Seahawks were 7-9. The 2014
That
Panthers.
was I think that year, wasn't that the Marshawn Lynch run, the earthquake run?
Yes, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
They pulled off the upset in the
pulled up
opening round.
because everyone was like bitching about them, and then
Yeah,
they come
so
and then
7-9 team in the
Yeah,
playoffs
and
because
then
they were the first team with a losing record, if Google's correct, which it often is, to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's right. And then everyone thought, oh, they're going to get killed, and then Marshawn Lynch had that epic, like one of the greatest runs in NFL
the
history.
Beast Mode Rumble.
The Beast Mode run.
Just
the Beast Mode Rumble.
Just to bring it back to DeMar Hamlin quickly. So
We were waiting.
With that 8-8 team or whatever, the Commanders team that got in. So everyone's thinking about DeMar Hamlin's like, oh, he didn't play that well out in the field. Alex Smith won the award unanimously because he won the divisional award. Alex Smith, great story. Should have won the award. The performance aspect, Alex Smith was the worst quarterback in the league.
He looked like bad Phillip Rivers from last week.
Exactly.
I mean, he was out there.
Yeah.
He was limping around on one leg. He couldn't throw it deep.
It was gallant.
Oh, it was, yeah.
It was a great story.
Oh, it's
And that's why he won.
Yeah.
So you're
DeMar Hamlin should have won.
your thinking was right. No one can ever deny you of that. This is the problem with
Alex Smith
human
played
voters.
great. That's
You trusted human beings with your
We need AI
finances.
taking over these votes. Where's Gemini? It's about to come back
I
player
don't know
of
if
the
we
year.
want that either.
Phillip Rivers. Phillip had Seattle lost this weekend. Phillip Rivers.
Oh, it would have been dangerous hours.
Yeah.
Troubling.
Hey, are you back in on the award again?
Yeah, I've got two horses. I got McCaffrey, so looking forward to how he goes down. It's a minus 250 favorite now. My long shot, though, is Aiden Hutchinson, who's 35-1 still. If he has a big close, he leads the NFL in pressures. He had the crazy in of Stafford. He's like second in force. I think if Aiden Hutchinson has a big close, he can steal that award. Because everyone remembers how he got
Too bad he
that.
got chased down on that interception. That would have really helped you a lot.
That would have helped. Lions need to make the playoffs, I feel like.
Yeah, if they
for
win
that.
out and Hutch has a big close, I think he can do it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Now you've got the curse of Crouch on you, so good luck, Aiden.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.